Members of the National Risk Assessment Council, or NRAC, of the Virgin Islands were introduced to the public on April 10th during a launch ceremony held at Marias by the Sea. The council would serve as a policy-making body responsible for all matters related to or concerning the NRAC. The launch of the council is not a coincidence, says Chairman of the National Risk Assessment Steering Committee, Cherno Jallow QC.
Those of us who have been following events globally, particularly in terms of the developments within the Financial Action Task Force, which is the global standard setter on activities relating to money laundering and terrorist financing, and since 2012 proliferation financing as well, are fully aware of the revisions that continue to take place with regard to this particular subject matter. And as part of that process, it is a requirement that all jurisdictions, and that includes us, must take appropriate measures to identify, assess, and understanding the money laundering and terrorist financing risks that face their countries. We are also required to take the necessary steps to coordinate actions to assess these risks and apply resources to ensure that these risks are appropriately mitigated.
On March 12, 2014, Cabinet approved an outline for the preparation of the territory's first National Risk Assessment Council and appointed members headed by the Premier, Dr. D. Orlando Smith. Calling for the support of the business community during the assessment process, Dr. Smith says countries must now prove beyond legislation that they are effectively combating money laundering and terrorist financing.
In the coming months, assessors will be identified and trained to carry out the actual national risk assessment. These persons will be taken from a wide cross-section of the public and private sectors and will include members of the Intergovernmental Committee on AML-CFT and the Joint Anti-Money Laundering and Terrorist Financing Advisory Committee, both of which are statutorily established, as well as independent local and external assessors. I ask the charities, businesses, community, and the general public to give this team their full support during the conduct of the National Risk Assessment.
14 representatives signed a memoranda of understanding on behalf of their respective intergovernmental organizations, affirming government's commitment to the compliance of international regulations governing anti-money laundering and terrorist financing. Governor Boyd McCleary, who also serves on the NRAC, says the upcoming evaluation is a critical one. He says BVI cannot afford to be complacent or reactive in safeguarding the local financial services industry.
The Territory has generally come through these reviews with flying colours, and where shortcomings have been identified, has been quick to put steps in place to rectify them. The establishment of the International Tax Authority was a key measure, but BVI cannot afford to be complacent, not least because the international standards will continue to evolve. So for the Territory to sustain its financial services sector, which is so key to the Territory's success, it cannot afford only to be reactive. It must be a meaningful partner in shaping and implementing international standards of regulation and compliance. That means working closely with the international standard-setting bodies and with the UK government, which has a keen interest in ensuring the success and sustainability of the Territory's economy. The UK Prime Minister, David Cameron, as President of the G8 in 2013, was very pleased with the way in which BVI and the other overseas territories responded to the G8's tax and transparency agenda. BVI was one of the first territories to sign up to the Multilateral Convention on Mutual Administrative Assistance in Tax Matters, and to sign up for the G5 pilot on the new standard in automatic exchange of tax information.
Dr. Robert Mathavia says the signing of the agreement is a watershed moment for the BVI in preparation for the 2017 mutual evaluation, and stressed that money laundering is not just a BVI problem, but also a global problem. He added that the BVI will not tolerate organized crime in any form.
I want no one to be under any illusion. Money laundering, terrorist financing and the proliferation of such is not a BVI problem. It is a global problem. It does not require a BVI solution. It requires a global solution. And we all have to work together with our counterparts to show that we are serious about sending a message that the BVI has always desired and will continue to desire to earn and to have its reputation as a clean, sound, safe financial services jurisdiction with zero tolerance for the activities of the ethically challenged.
The NRAC will provide guidance on a range of policy issues. These include political commitment to anti-money laundering and combating terrorist financing, and how to address vulnerabilities and weaknesses to ensure the territory's financial systems can pass international scrutiny during the fourth round of mutual evaluations in 2017 and beyond.